The ban list is out. Gotta get those free views. Out of the way.
Hey everybody, it's Espira, and I'm back with another Dragon Ball Super card game video. Back is a little bit weird, right? Just because, like, I haven't really been making videos, right? I mean, huge shout out to Chris for supporting me when it comes to the Super Combo podcast, but realistically, there just hasn't been much for me to do. There's no events for me to play in. The ones that I can play in, like this weekend, I will be streaming. So if you guys want to join me on my run through the pseudo online fest event, you're welcome to join me there. It's not that enticing, right? Like, it only really matters if you top 3. So that's a little bit. But anyways, just to say, we got a new ban list, which is interesting, right? The ban list sits in this really weird place where we never really got the opportunity to explore this format. There's a couple of things I think a lot of players are like, things like KP and a couple of other notable cards that's like have really kind of been terrorizing what little we have had to play in terms of this format. But it really sucks, right? Like Realm of the Gods was not explored. We got the Ultimate Deck Cell now, and in a couple of weeks, we're gonna get the release of Ultimate Squad. So it's just like, it's such a shame because this had the opportunity to be able to present itself as a phenomenal format that was just super underexplored. So we'll see how it changes up, right? Like maybe the ban list, and I haven't seen any of it, by the way, right? Like there's one card that I kind of got a sneak peek, but I did a really good job of when I went on the Facebook sheet of like full screening it and stuff. So either way, this will be fresh hot takes. I found out there was a ban list like 5 minutes ago. Y'all saw me running. So I'm excited to see, in terms of like things I want to see. Yeah, KP needs a certain hit to be able to deal with things. And after that, I don't know if there's a whole ton. Counter. If you've got a counter Metacooler, I think that can go. That card's kind of toxic and, probably has been kind of like defining a good point of strategic play for a hot minute now. But I don't have a ton, right? Like I feel the format's okay. I think there's a couple of improvements, but and then like if you want to hit things like, let's say, Sin, you can't do that without, effectively killing the deck. I don't think there's an aspect you can do that without hurting the deck itself, which then would even feel bad because now 9-drop Sin is one of the prize cards for organized play this season. Anyways, it's a whole thing. Either way, let's get into the list. As usual, we're going to do it one by one, and we're going to really let ourselves be able to feel it out. So with that said, let's see what this list has in store for us. All right here. So slow scroll, you know how we do it here. All right, so I made sure to open this up. Greetings, Dragon Ball Super card game fans. Thank you for your continued support of the Dragon Ball Super card game. With the release of BT17 Ultimate Squad, 4 cards are being added. I mean, okay, this is the one that kind of got spoiled for me. That's fine. 4 cards are being added to the ban list, 2 cards being added to the limited list, and 2 cards are being issued erratas. So an impact of 8 cards. It's more than I think is necessary, but we'll see. So first off, Secret ID. Man, they really don't want you shitting on token strats, huh? Since its card's release, it has remained a staple Overwhelm card for decks of all colors. In order to encourage more diverse Overwhelm strategies and improve overall player enjoyment, we decided to ban this card. That's cap. No one was complaining about Secret ID. 100%, it was just, bro, our archetypes are getting shit on by this card. Token strats, can't print them. This is 100% we want our strats, this format, to be viable, and this card makes it not viable. That's 100% what this is. They're like, we want to do more token stuff, and this completely craps on it. So this has nothing to do with overall player enjoyment. This has nothing to do with it being a staple, because there are a lot of staple overwhelms that have stood the test of time. This is dead ass just, we want you guys to play our new shit. Which is fine. Here's the thing, Secret ID, this kind of sucks because Secret ID is a phenomenal card, right? Like it helps so many decks, and there's just like not a ton of decks have a ton of ways to help go wide. Now we have seen that they've been implementing cards that do help with go wide. So like the yellow unison stuff, the green unison stuff, those all have things that allow you to be able to pop multiple cards and help you go wide. There's still things like Kami and stuff like that. So it's not like they don't exist, but it is much more difficult to come across now that you won't have Secret ID to be able to back you up and support you. So I'm calling their bluff. I think this is actually meant to try and help move Ultimate Squad more so than actually anything else, because there's a decent amount of strategies in there that actually do get eaten alive by Secret ID. So we'll see. All right, moving on to the next. 4 cards are being banned. Okay. Piano. Okay, so this is how they're doing it. Okay, I could actually see Piano being a pretty big move. I don't think it kills the deck, but I do think it definitely slows it down, doesn't give as much draw. I don't hate this. I think this might actually be a hit that maybe allows Piccolo to be playable, but definitely brings down the power level. Reasoning, this card has allowed decks utilizing King Piccolo Demonic Retribution to draw a significant and consistent amount of cards. We found the dominance of this card difficult to interact with and leading to repeated play patterns. Well, the deck does Piccolo does what Piccolo does. In order to encourage strategies based on new card types and improve overall player enjoyment, we've decided to ban this card. Okay, that's fine. I don't necessarily hate this. I think it's okay. Ban cards. Gogeta, Marvelous. Yo, Marvelous Smite is the one they got rid of? What? What? I mean, everyone was banking on Thwarting. I mean, like, here's the thing. I see the images on the side. I mean, I guess that tells me a little something, something. So, like, okay, spoiled me. I guess we'll find out why down. All right. Reasoning, this card has contributed greatly to the power level of BT12, 112 Gogeta Fatal Fusion decks and can generate a significant amount of battle cards for low energy. Gogeta has played a dominant role in the meta since its release in BT12. True. A little bit more after that, but sure. In order to encourage the player in diversity in competitive black decks and improve overall player enjoyment, we've decided to ban this card. No one's playing black decks that aren't Gogeta, so we're going to get rid of it. That's fine. I mean, Marvelous Smite, it looks like Thwarting might end up getting an Errata. If I had to guess. Bro, serious? Okay, I'm seeing this now. This card was just released. Are you serious? Oh my god. Okay, well, we'll see when we get there what happened to it. But oh my god. Oh my god. Next time I'll hide this. This killed it. All right, Fighting Against Fate is also banned. Damn. Okay, this one I believe. Right? Like if they're talking about, hey, these are overwhelms that people are only playing, like this is fair. This is literally the overwhelm that people have been playing since its release, like nonstop. Since this card release has remained a staple and probably the staple overwhelm outside of Secret ID, for decks of all colors, in order to encourage more diverse overwhelm strategies and improve overall player enjoyment, we decided to ban this card. That's fair. I mean, like how many games have ended because Fighting Against Fate, right? And it's just, it can be a really tough card to play around after you've already utilized all your defenses and everything else. So, I mean, like I'm not an aggro, like I don't play aggressive strategies all that often. So like, do I use Bardock? Absolutely. Is it gone now? Like, okay, all right, I guess so. All right, so those are all the ban cards, right? So we lost Piano, so KP took a nerf, Gogeta's gone, and then the 2 overwhelms. So 3 black cards, 1 red card. Okay, that's in tune. Let's see. Moving down. So limited. Oh shit, they're limiting Piccolo. Ooh, okay. I mean, I think it would have been fine to just, honestly, I don't agree with this. I think it would have been fine with an Errata where his auto is once per turn. I think that's all you needed. Huh. I mean, don't get me wrong. Piccolo was a de facto unison in like every strategy. So like in like almost every red strategy besides like red U7 since people have pivoted over to the 3 cost unisons. But like, I don't know if I agree with the limit though. Oh, okay. So first off, KP is like super dead now. But like, what? Since this card's release has been the default unison card choice for red decks due to its high power. True. This card is universally powerful at the point of shutting out other red unison cards. I mean, predominantly because of its auto, but in order to encourage strategies based on new card types and improve overall enjoyment, we decided to limit this card. I don't know. See, like, I don't like erratas, but I think this is one of those situations where literally 1 keyword errata, just make his auto once per turn, would have been fine. Man, that's a shame. I wish I got more usage out of Piccolo. Like, I didn't play the strategies. I play him all the time, so there was some that I've been, like, wanting to get into. Okay, well, like, why limit him at that point? Just get rid of him. Like, what does the limit do? If there's anything I hate more than erratas, it's limits. Oh my god, I hate limits. All right, so we have one more limited card. Oh, so they're... Okay, I thought I was going to get an errata. Okay. Okay, so I guess the erratas are 17 and Soul Striker. Damn. So okay, yo. So first off, Gogeta dead. Gogeta dead. King Piccolo dead. Completely new format. This card's become utilized in a wide variety of black decks and non-black decks. Let's be real clear about this one. Leading to a repetitive play pattern. Wait, can he only be used in black decks? No, he could be used in anything. He just happened to need black specified. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that's fine then. Whoop. In order to encourage diversity in competitive black decks and improve overall enjoyment, we decided, I mean, that's fine. Like, Black Gogeta has been a deck since forever. I'm not surprised it got hit by now. Again, I would have leaned towards erratas on this point. Like, what does limiting to 1 thwarting do for you? Like why have these one-ofs? Oh my god, I hate, like, these are not the types of cards that you need one-ofs, right? Like, they just, Like, why? Like, is this like we know people paid money for these cards, so we don't want? I'm kind of confused. I'm not lying. I'm kind of confused. Okay, Erratas. Well, we already know what the two rotted cards are because like I spoiled myself here, but let's see. So first, we got Goku. So Awaken, where your lives at 4 or less, or you have a blue use in cards plus cost when you play. Bro, they got rid of his alternate awakening? Bruh. Does that matter? Yes. Yes, it matters. But like, you know, I think Soul Striker is actually still super playable. I don't like this because like obviously it like super nerfs the deck. But like, it's also fine. I think this is definitely, if they felt like, all right, let's see their reasoning. The generic abilities of this leader card often make it the most viable choice and like almost the only viable choice for blue strategies. To reduce the power level of this leader to align with other blue leaders, and limit this card's effect on future card design, we decide to route this card. I mean, I can't be that shocked, right? Like, we've been saying forever now that Soul Striker limits design space. It does limit design space. So like, instead of killing it, they just decided to make it harder to kind of like have this, like, if you fumble against a Soul Striker deck and like they're still at like 7 life and they awakened, like it's pretty tough. The fact that he doesn't take life, the fact that he's just sitting at 7 life, 15, and he doesn't suffer card draw issues because he can just use drives and then untap, and then like he's basically where he would have been had he taken the 2 or 3 life to get to 4 life anyways. So like, don't get me wrong, I do think this is an effective errata to definitely hone in his power level. Do I think this makes him not the de facto blue leader? I still think he's potentially still the de facto blue leader, to be honest. That said, this definitely raises his power level. We'll see. I mean, it definitely makes him less appealing to play. I won't lie. As someone who likes to play slower variants of decks, this makes him less appealing to play for me. But it's not terrible. This could have been way worse. It could have been banned. I thought he would have been banned eventually. I'll take, I guess, this Errata. And then the last is A17. Bro, this card just came out. I haven't even had a chance to play with it yet. We had like 1 tournament. Oh my god. All right, well, let's see what happens. MVP, current text, activate main, sparking 5. Oh, did they just add a... Okay, no. If your lead card's a rating for 7 card, yeah, it gets Invoker. Post Errata. What the fuck? Are you serious? Bro, they made the cost red, blue. Are you high? Yeah, that's the change. They made it, instead of cost 1 red, cost red, blue. There are 2 players who can play the deck at a high level. It placed 1 tournament. Play patterns for this card have been more uninteractive than originally expected. Bro, you don't say. You gave the Invoker deck Invoker for 1 red. In order to limit this card effect on future cards that improve overall playing drivers, we want to apologize to Errata soon after release. However, we're making the changes with the best interest in metagame until the release of BT19. Bruh, this is some bullshit. Bro, rip everyone who bought these for like 100 apiece. Anything else? We're dedicated to developing a game that Dragon Ball fans and card game fans like and enjoy. Blah, 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 blah. Double banned because it shits on the token strategies for next set, even though they won't say that. Banned, too powerful. I mean KP's dead just because of the KP unison. Banned, one of. It's like, why? Banned, bear, errata, bear. One of, like, this is gonna feel bad, right? Like, they see their one of on turn 1. That's gonna feel so bad. Like, just ban it at that point. What are you saving it for? We don't talk about it. All right. So here's the thing. This will 100% impact the meta. Black decks completely skewered. Just because they've all been Gogeta decks, right? Red decks, KP, yeah, host. Piano, it might have been able to survive without Piano. It doesn't survive without KP. So I think at that end, that strategy is pretty much dead at this point. Then what else? Their stuff is like fine. The Black Overwhelms is like, sure, those were the only two you would ever consider playing at this point in time. So I'd say Secret ID is a bigger hit and it hurts the most because it's, you know, not every strategy has a great way to be able to deal with white boards and most notably tokens. So it's a little bit tough, but again, that one's fine. I can understand why. Bro, Android 17 tilts me, man. Like, literally after one tournament, they're like, this is it. And it's not like if like the entire top 8 or even the population metagame was representing all like this. It's just like, man. And like, obviously I'm more tilted than others about like MVP because I'm an Invoker player, right? But like, which is fine. I know a lot of people hate Invoker and for them it's a win. And like, you know, I'm happy for you guys, but I'm pretty bummed about it. An opportunity for the, you know, the deck to come back in the limelight in a real way for at least a full format would have been cool. And the fact that we got it for like what, one tournament in which it was like properly viable, like one regional, I don't know. They can talk about health all they want, but like if 2 players running your tournament in amok was like a problem, I don't know. Either way, this will impact the meta. This will change things up. And at the very least, I'm excited to see where the meta game goes from here. That's very much where, as frustrated as I am, that is very much where my alignment is with this. So with that said, guys, let me know what you guys thought. Clearly, I'm currently emotional. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys thought about the ban list. Did they miss counter cooler still gonna run amok? I mean, meanwhile, true, yellow isn't as dominant as it's been in the last couple previous formats. I do still think that that's probably a miss. But otherwise, nothing too crazy. So either way, let me know if you guys like the video or dislike it. I mean, you know, it is what it is at this point. You guys know what to do. Subscribe button's in the corner. I'm looking forward to making more Dragon Ball content once again, guys. So, you know, click the button if you guys want more from me. And with that said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ciao. Fuck me, man.